Well, the Forest Code is the most important Brazilian legislation on forests and land use. Basically, it is a regulation of what farmers can do with their land, what they need to preserve forever, and what they need to keep covered by forests or by trees, but can use in a, let's say, sustainable way. So for the Amazon, for instance, a farmer can, by law, deforest 20% of his property, and the remaining 80% needs to be preserved. So this is the code. Yeah? The objective of the code is to protect the forest at the same time allowing the agriculture, allowing production. Yeah? And forests play a very important role on fertility, on soil fertility, or at the end of the day on the result of a farm and of the agriculture itself. Okay, so what farmers want to do now, for more than 12 years, they are trying to change the code, based in an assumption that the area that is allowed to be deforested is too small compared to the area that they need to remain protected. They said this is an unfair competition with other countries which don't have such a system, like Argentina or the US. And Brazil has become one of the largest producers of food in the planet, yeah? And has been very important for the Brazilian economy, the exports of commodities, yeah, from beef or soya, for instance. So if they change the code, the size of forest area that will be destroyed will be incredibly big. Yeah? This would represent, in terms of carbon emission, much more, 6 times more than the total carbon that Brazil is committed to reduce up to 2020. Yeah? So it will be a disaster for the forest, a disaster for indigenous people living in the forest and having a sustainable relationship with the forest, and it will be a disaster for biodiversity and for the climate. So it will be a disaster not only in Brazil, it will be a global disaster.